Thank you for watching this video. Today, I will talk about service level, how to determine it. In the past, we don't really have a good way to determine service level. We simply say it's 99, 95, or 90, right, based on our intuition or based on some best practices without precise justification. But do you know that if we find the service level that is optimal, our study shows that the profit can be increased by 17%. Today, we have published a software that allows us to precisely pinpoint service level. So all those guesswork, all those intuition-based method uh, is becoming obsolete, should not be used. I will show you how it actually works. So this is our application, the web front. You can go there and request a key and try it yourself, do it yourself. We need a number of inputs. First, average daily sales, say it's $100, right? We put it there. Or lead time, we need it's 12 time. That's the number of days it takes us to get the item from the vendors to our store, 12 days. And the standard deviation of sales, because our sales is not a constant every day. This is statistic standard deviation. It's easy to calculate. And then we have margin. This is how much money, percentage-wise, how much money we make. Right? Obviously, it's a difference between sales price and the cost divided by the cost. Let's say it's 60%. Penalty, usually this is zero for most industry, but for special industry, such as aerospace, there could be a penalty for out of stock. But for most people, we put it zero there. Then we have annual interest rate, 12%. We assume this is relevant because if we spend money on inventory items, we lose the opportunity of earning bank interest. And finally, we have a carrying cost. This is physical carrying cost. It's usually between 20 to 40% a year. This include like items get damaged in the warehouse, get stolen, caught fire, and item may use the space, right? Become obsolete. All those things related to physical aspect of cost of maintaining inventory. Sometimes this may be harder to determine among all other inputs, but it is suggested we can put in a number if you are not sure between 20% to 40%. So once we have these numbers, we can say maximize profit. Oh, here it produce three numbers. The first is service level 99. So based on those numbers, the best service level is 99%. At this point, our profit is maximized. And also we calculate safety stock for this service level and the reorder point. Reorder point is simply safety stock plus average sales daily times lead time. Now, suppose our product is not that profitable, say it's 15%, then let's see what's the service level. Right now it's 99%, right? If it's 15% margin, then service level will be lower. So it's our best interest in terms of maximizing profit. We should set the service level to 95. Let's play this again. Suppose we decrease the margin further to 5%, very, barely profitable. Then at this point, it says service level should be 86%, which is the lowest. Let's add it to 50%. So if it's 50%, it's 98% service level. We can play with it. For example, if our carrying cost is very low, 1%, 10%, then our service level should be higher. Well, this makes sense, right? If it costs less to carry the item, that means we can have a higher service level. The guiding principle is to maximize profit. Actually, we can play with this all day and get a sense. As you can see, this totally makes sense, intuitive, right? Think about it. Currently, we don't take consideration of profit margin, right, or carrying cost into consideration when we calculate safety service level, right? This is totally wrong. With this tool, we can precisely determine service level item by item, because each item may have different sales, standard deviation, lead time, margin, right? Things like that, or carrying cost. Actually, I have done a lot of scenarios. Let me show you to illustrate some principles, some observations. Suppose we have 3 items. Everything else is the same. The only difference is the margin, right? Margin increase from 10% to 35 to 65. Look at their service level. Actually, I should put this here because the service level with 10% margin, given those other numbers, they are identical. It's 87 service level. That maximizes our profit. When it's 35% margin, it's 96. When it's 65% margin, it's 98, right? This totally makes sense, right? As your item become more profitable, it's to your best interest to have a higher service level. You don't want to run out of stock because, right, run out of stock, losing sales is more costly, right? It totally makes sense. Let's look at the impact of and this is annual carrying cost, right? So everything else being the same, but it's more expensive to carry the bottom item 60%, then the medium item is 40%, then the top item is 20%. We can imagine, right? Maybe it's something more perishable, or the bottom 60% carrying cost. For the top one, maybe something long-term value that holds well, so the carrying cost is low. And then we can see carrying cost can affect service level, right? If it's a very stable item, not much carrying cost, service level is highest, 97, versus if it's 40% carrying cost, it's 96% service level, right? If it's 60%, the service level should be lower. This totally makes sense, right? Because everything else being the same, the more costly to keep something, you don't want to keep many of them. That's to your best interest in terms of maximizing profit. Now let's look at the impact of lead time. For those 3 items here, everything else being the same except lead time. increase from 3, 14 to 21 from top to bottom. Here it shows if it's a 3-day lead time, the service level should be 99, which is the highest. If it's 14, we drop to 94 service level. If it's 21, drop to 91. These are to our best interest, right? This totally makes sense, right? Because the longer the lead time, the more uncertainty, right? More costly to serve higher service level. So there is a guiding principle, which is a quantified principle, maximizing your profit, right? You may wondering exactly how this works. I have a blog to explain that here, right? How it works. Basically, we take into consideration all relevant factors that influence your cost to maximize profit. For example, there are at least 4 things involved here, right? Lost sales cost or opportunity cost, right? And financial carrying cost, this is interest we lose by buying stocks because our money will not earn interest from bank, right? And the physical carrying cost, and also stock out penalty, which is 0 for most business. So we consider all those costs, and the total of those costs should be minimized. If they are minimized, then profit is maximized. Yeah. The good news that you can go to this website and try it yourself. You can actually take advantage of this tool. For basic use, it's free. Then let's find the site, right? Yeah, go back to the PowerPoint. We have shown that by simply adjusting service level, optimizing it, we achieved 17% increase in profit, right? So service level actually matters, of course matters, but we have never seen it from profitability point of view, right? And let me show you how this thing is priced. So here, if you go to this website, right, you can get an API key for free. Then you can take advantage of the free plan. You have 200 times of a chance to use this, right? After that, you'll pay next program like $49, close to $50. Then next year, I think it's something like let me see how much is 99. Then last is the $4.99. So you have certain tiers of pricing, and if you go beyond, they are limited a number of calls, and if you go beyond that, you can pay extra cost per usage, like 8 cents per call. But imagine this can save you a lot of money, right? Increase your profit, and you know, now you have a scientific way to do this, right? Don't depend on those 95, 99, or whatever the industry best practice, so-called best practice, told us. So that is pretty much all I have. You can go to this website to try this software and to actually use it 20 times a month. That's free. You can upgrade. And this is contact by email, by LinkedIn, and by our website. I thank you so much for your interest in watching this. This is something revolutionary I have never done before. Finally, we figure out a way to pinpoint service level. I will stop right here. I thank you so much for coming to my video, and you have a good day. Bye.